Happy Saturday, bourbon family. Whiskey Phoenix is back today with another bourbon review. And as I stated in Friday's video, I'm just going to state up front again, I am not sponsored by the bourbon that I am getting ready to review. I am just a reviewer. Content is 21 and over. So with that being said, let's get into today's. Now today's comes to me from a friend of mine, Ron, that sent me the Black Camel spices, and he sent me the Shortbarrel Sapsquatch. Now, I promised in the video that I did on Thursday, shouting him out, that I was going to get around and finally review this Sapsquatch, so let's get into it. But first, before we do that, let's take a little bit of time with my research that I did and find out a little bit more about Shortbarrel. So what I found, and I have to look off to the side to read. Hopefully eventually I can get a setup where I can just look straight ahead. But for now, I record all of this in my room from my computer desk, and my monitor's right there. So it is what it is right now, fam. So Shortbarrel was born in 2015 from a tight-knit group of bourbon enthusiasts in Atlanta, Georgia. And it's evolved into, I guess, one of the most exciting newer names in American whiskey. Adam Dorfman, Clint Dugan, and Patrick Lemon are three friends that were bound by a passion for the hunt, the pour, and stories shared with every bourbon bottle. So I guess it was a hobby that quickly became an obsession, leading the three of them to hand select more than 350 plus barrels between 2016 and 2020. Oh, how I need to be friends with the three of them so I can get in on that many barrel picks in a year. But the real turning point came for the three of them in 2020 in Louisville. After hours of tasting, they actually crossed paths with a barrel broker. And in a moment, and this is what it says on their website, and I love it, in a moment of bourbon-fueled inspiration, we decided to make the jump and create a brand of our own short barrel. Our first bottles hit Georgia shelves in early 2021, and they've never looked back. It looks like since then, they've grown from a local favorite in Georgia to where short barrel is now available in not only Georgia, but Florida, Kentucky, Texas, and Tennessee. And they also provide online shipping in 47 states across the country. And I guess they're just getting started. In 2023, they acquired Old Fourth Distillery, which was Atlanta's first distillery since Prohibition in 1906. They didn't start it, but they rebuilt it with a clear vision to revive Georgia whiskey, elevate Southern spirits, and honor a local legacy every step of the way. I love that. I think that's a great little backstory as far as Short Barrel. So I was curious, it's like, so what is a short barrel? So they do give an explanation for it on their site, and they say a short barrel is a barrel that, upon bottling, has lost over 50% of its contents to angel's share. Due to higher contact with air and oak, the whiskey inside ages differently, developing in a unique and powerful way. And the select bottles that come from it tell a story of withstanding aging, evaporation, and ever-changing climate. And then they throw a fun fact in that our brand name isn't because of this, because they use short barrels. And they don't only use short barrels. But Adam's the reason why they call it short barrel. And they say if you're ever there in person, to, ask Adam about it. I'm going to make sure I get enough of this poured to where I can... I've heard it's really good. Like Ron and a few others that have had this rant and rave about it. So I'm not trying to get rid of all of it at once, but I want to be able to, be sure I can get a few sips off of it. The mash bill on this, what I could find, if this is the correct proof on this one, I'm guessing it's about 110. It wasn't written on the bottle, but I guess it varies by batch when it comes to the Sapsquatch from Short Barrel. But I guess the typical mash bill is 71% corn, 21% rye, and 9% malted barley. And from everything I could find, it all comes from Green River Distilling. So if that's the case, I'm pretty sure I'm gonna like this, because I do like a lot of things from Green River. Let's see. What else did I find in my research? For the most part in my research, anything that I could find on this was mostly positive. Many people that did review it found it to be a delicious, unique bourbon that blends sweet maple with classic bourbon character. Typically, I guess this is like store picks, but don't quote me on that, fam. I can only go by what some of the research that I was able to find on it. And I really, the age statement, it looks like finished 5 to 6 years and then finished for 8 months in a maple or double oaked barrel. So let's see what we get off this nose. Well, first I just blasted myself with ethanol, so that's always fun. Said no one ever. I definitely get a little bit of sweetness on the nose. Definitely getting a little bit of oak. Not really picking up any maple on my side. I think there's a little bit of caramel there for me. I think a little bit of vanilla even, but I'm starting to realize that seems to be pretty common to a certain degree, that a lot of these I guess single barrels and stuff like that can be a lot of vanilla and caramel on them. Now also, before I forget, I did do a little bit more research. I was trying to see like if it was for sale. I didn't see it on their website, unfortunately. So I don't know. You guys may have to look around and see, if you can find it. The oak, caramel. I think maybe actually that's toffee, not vanilla. And I'm not really getting any kind of a maple on the nose here. And I don't know, I think some kind of like a dark fruit as well. Let's get into this. We'll get that first sip out of the way. The fingers on this are actually really nice. They're coming down at a real good medium pace and on the glass. And even just swirling it, I can see the fingers. Oh my goodness. Oh wow. Okay, there's a little bit of an oily mouthfeel for me, which gives way to notes of oak. Gosh, I almost want to like chew on this. I'm not even kidding. That toffee that I got on the nose, the toffee, the vanilla that I then decided was toffee, definitely on the palate is toffee. I'm getting a slight maple syrup on this. Holy cow. Oh my goodness, that is so good. I just like want to chew it. There's some kind of dark fruit here for me as well. For me, I'm getting a little bit of spice, not overwhelming, a little peppery. But this finish is, this is a longer finish for me. Oak, lingering notes of the dark fruit, and even on the very back, just a little bit of lingering of like some maple syrup. Family, this is good. I give this, I give this a solid 9 out of 10. I can't thank Ron enough for sending me a handshake of this short barrel Sapsquatch. No wonder he's in love with it. If it was so readily available to me, I'd probably keep a couple bottles of this around myself. So there you have it. There's your daily bourbon review for this Saturday. I hope your team wins, college football wise, that is. I'll be rooting for Ohio State, as always. As always, family, please drink responsibly, and I'll see you in the next one.